The nation's capital now, where the U.S. House has stalled in immigration policy proposals. Our Washington Bureau reporter Kevin Fry joins us now with more on that. Trying to keep track of this all day. Kevin, what's going on now?
Yeah, Tim, so there were two bills in play today. One of them is now dead. That was the more conservative immigration bill. It would have provided some legal protections for those dreamers on a temporary basis, but then it also improved, sent more money toward border security and also cut back on legal immigration. That bill is dead, and that was kind of what everyone was expecting. The other bill in play here is this more moderate billed as a compromise measure, and that one is stalled because, as Congressman McHenry told us today as we were chasing after him down the hall, basically members need to know exactly what's in the bill, and that seems to define a lot of what's going on here. There's plenty of confusion over with which amendments are included, and we saw some of that last night on the House floor as a perfect demonstration of this. Congressman Mark Meadows going at it with Speaker Paul Ryan over exactly which version of a bill was going to be considered, and so that bill is now going to come up again tomorrow, though its chances are pretty slim at best. It includes a slim pathway to citizenship for some of those dreamers, and that's something that the more conservative House members like Mark Meadows and other members of the Freedom Caucus just certainly do not agree with and will not vote for. And it's also important to point out in all this, the Democrats really aren't even involved in any of the conversation. So when you have a split Republican Party coupled with Democrats not voting for any of this, Nancy Pelosi called it a deal with the devil, essentially. These bills aren't really going to go very far, but they're going to put off the inevitable for one more day.
Yeah, we'll have David Price on here in just a second. I want to switch gears, and I know this is hard going subject to subject here, but the U.S. Supreme Court did have a big ruling about online sales tax. This could be a big deal, right?
Yeah, it's going to probably end up costing you a little bit, especially over the holidays. At least by then it should be ramping up. In a 5-4 decision, they basically said that most online purchases can now be open up to the sales tax. This is reversing a decades-old decision that if you lived in a state and you ordered something from out of state, if there was no actually brick-and-mortar institution in your actual home state, you wouldn't necessarily have to pay the tax, the sales tax. Now this opens that up, so if you're going to shop on Amazon, on Etsy, any of those online websites, you're probably going to be seeing a little more in terms of a cost because of that tax, so start saving your pennies now.
Although I think people were supposed to report the sales tax on their income tax forms every year.
They technically were, but you don't really have to if they don't check.
Now it won't matter. All right, Kevin Fry, thank you, sir. Good to see you.